Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that the last couple of videos I've put out have been simple conversions for Primaris Space Marines, basically with the intention of taking some easy build miniatures and giving them a little bit more character and making them usable in a kill team for Warhammer 40,000 kill team. And in the last video I said I probably wasn't going to do any more conversion videos, but basically I'm waiting for a ton of stuff to turn up in the post, and in the meantime this is the stuff that's out on my hobby desk, so I thought I might as well do one more quick video. I'm not going to go through a massive long process of putting them together, but basically I thought I'd show a couple of other quick conversions that I've done, just so you can see other things that you can do that's super quick and super easy. And then I've got a little project in mind that I'm going to tinker with, and we'll see how that turns out. So first of all, this is a conversion I did a little while back now. I mean, I did this when Shadow War Armageddon came out for an Imperial team. Now, this is super easy because it's just a shotgun conversion for an Imperial soldier. The Imperial soldiers don't have shotguns as an option on their sprues, but it's an option that you can give them in Shadow War Armageddon. And I believe they also have that same option in Kill Team, but I haven't actually looked at the Imperial Army or the Astra Militarum army list for Kill Team, but I believe it's the same. But you don't get shotguns on the unit sprue. But you do get shotguns on the Space Marine Scout sprue. So this is simply just taking one of the shotguns from the Space Marine Scout sprue and sticking it on in place of a lasgun or whatever. The only minor bit of conversion work really required was a Space Marine's hand is much bigger than a Cadian's hand. So I had to do some shaving. I just basically reshaped the hand. He was wearing like a large sort of chunky gauntlet before, so I had to file off all the details of that and just try to make the hand sort of maintain a sort of natural shape to it, but just thin it out and make it more in proportion to the other hand. And that was it really, and I was quite pleased with how that turned out. It looked quite good, I thought. And the other little conversion I did was, once again, stealing some bits from Burning of Prospero, because there were some good bits in Burning of Prospero. Space Marine Scout, giving him a power sword and a little bit of gangster style. It's almost heretical the way he's holding that gun, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what was going on with the pose. I kind of had something in mind, but yeah, it looks all right. It looks kind of cool, but I'm not sure it's achieving much. But yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting pose. I quite liked it. But yeah, so there we go. So that was just two simple weapon swap. Again, that's just having other kits available with some weapons kicking about. It's always a good idea when you've finished building your kits, keep the spares, especially if they're quite good generic spares like weapons, hands, extra grenades, the odd alien head or whatever. I have got over here, I've got a whole bunch of bits and bobs. I've got many things. What have I got here? Lots of stuff. I've got the remnants of a regular Space Marine Scout sprue, the remnants of, well, it's not even the remnants, I just haven't got around to building anymore because I was using them for Shadow War Armageddon, and I only needed a couple of Space Marine. I think I've only got one Space Marine sniper built up. So this is the remains of a Scout sniper sprue. And then I've got a couple of bits from, yeah, guess what, Burning of Prospero. These aren't the only kits I've got kicking about, but Burning of Prospero had some really good stuff in it. And what am I going to do? Still looking at my Space Marine kill team, really, which, if you saw my previous videos, you'll know that I've already got a leader and an extra intercessor. And what I wanted to do really was have a Space Marine Scout sniper, but I kind of wanted him to be an army of one. I wanted to create a character that just looked like he'd been behind enemy lines for decades. It's like a, you know, kitted up and ready to go all by himself. So I'm gonna rummage through these bits, and I'm gonna see if I can put together a Space Marine Scout sniper with a few little modifications and twists, and we will see what he looks like in a minute. So here we have all the bits that we're going to be using for this conversion, hopefully, all laid out like some horrific crime scene. And the main part of the piece is going to be the legs and the body from a Space Marine Scout with the sniper camo cloak on the back, and I'm going to be using as well the standard sniper rifle as well. So that's going to form the basis of the model. But what I'm hoping is to kind of create more of a sense of a lived-in character who's seen a few things. So once again, I've got a trusty Mark III Prospero helmet here, which you know, I just think they look cool and they look grungy. So I like that aesthetic. I'm going to need to trim the neck down a lot for that, because these models don't have kind of like the recessed point for the heads to go on. And his arm is pointing up like this, and that's because it's intended that you either this probably isn't going to show up on camera very easily, but there's like this pointy hand that you can attach to the end, or there's a hand holding a scope. But I think this hand looks very much like it's drawing a gun from a holster. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and use this knife arm with the hand cut off and the shoulder pad cut off, and I'm going to try and do some surgery here, and the hope is that I'm going to be able to make it look like he's reaching for a holstered gun. That is the theory. Will I be able to pull it off? I don't know. Let's find out. Isn't it exciting? And we are back. Did I manage to do it? Well, there's obviously been lots of cutting and stuff, because look, there's little bits of plastic filings everywhere. There's lots and lots of little plastic filings everywhere. But I did kind of achieve what I wanted to achieve. Here he is. So, basically, what makes him different to just building a regular sniper sergeant? He's got the gun as is, and the body and the legs are pretty much the same. New head, obviously, Mark III helmet, and then this arm is a complete replacement. I can cut the old arm off, and sort of cut in there to make some space. I took an arm that you saw that had the knife on it, cut the hand off that, cut a lot of the top section of the hand off, cut off the shoulder plate, and glued it in there, glued the new hand on, and then on the leg there was like a little buckle on his leg. I cut that off to create a smooth surface, and then glued the gun in the holster directly onto his leg, and it almost works. It kind of looks like he's resting his hand over the top of the handle. It would have been really nice if I could have got those fingers kind of going onto the handle, but I would have had to have made his arm too short, or had the holster way too low, so that wouldn't have worked. And finally, the final touch was I put a little Tyranid head on that, Gene Stealer head on that, which was actually a component from the Scout sprue anyway, for decorating bases. And there he is, all told. It doesn't necessarily look quite like the army of one that I was hoping for. I think a few more gadgets and gizmos all over him would have done it. But the model was already quite busy. There's quite a lot going on. By the time we've got the extra holstering, because he's already got a holster over here as well, and you know, the cloak means that you can't get like a backpack and things on him. So I think that's pretty much the best I could do, really, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, I think he looks pretty badass. He's got a really cool sort of pose. The way that I cut off the neck on the head kind of made it so that I could get it to tip quite far forward, so he's got that sort of glowering pose. And yeah, I quite like that. And he is going to join my Primaris Space Marines, who make him look very tiny indeed. Poor little baby scout. He still looks really, really cool. I'm very happy with that. And yeah, so that's just another example of you know, not the most complicated kit bash in the world. This is obviously the most complicated one that I've shown in my videos, because of the amount of work involved in getting that arm to be positioned like that. But still not, you know, massively complicated, and still didn't require any green stuff or anything to do any modelling. Although, you know, if I hadn't quite been able to get that arm right, then I might have needed a little bit of green stuff in there. But yeah, that's probably about as complicated as you can go, without needing to get into really technical stuff. And I am happy with the result, and I hope you found that interesting. I am now going to consider some different types of content for my channel, because there's 3 videos on conversions, which I think is enough for anyone to be getting on with, isn't it? As always, please consider leaving comments and stuff. If you've got questions, if there's anything you want to know, or anything you just want to share, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you. And please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, shh, keep it to yourself. And, you know, tell all your friends about me, because I'm Batman, I guess. Bye everybody, bye bye.